The quiet stillness of night lay heavy over the small village. Most homes were dark, save for the faint glow of embers within hearths, and the gentle rhythm of breathing could be heard from families tucked away in their beds. It was a time for rest, for the world to momentarily forget its demands. But then, the quiet was shattered. A frantic, insistent knock echoed through the night. Not a polite rap, but a desperate, urgent pounding that immediately spoke of trouble or profound need. Inside one of the homes, a man stirred, groaning. He had finally settled his own children for the night, had just drifted into the deep sleep of exhaustion. Who could possibly be at his door at this ungodly hour? He heard his name called, a voice strained with urgency. It was his friend, his neighbor, standing out there in the darkness. Reluctantly, the man dragged himself from his warm bed, the chill of the night seeping into his bones. He shuffled to the door, perhaps pausing, debating whether to even answer. "Friend," the voice pleaded from outside, low but desperate, "lend me 3 loaves. A friend of mine on a journey has come to me, and I have nothing to set before him." Imagine the scene. It's late, you're asleep, your children are asleep beside you. And then comes this request. In that culture, hospitality was paramount. To turn away a traveler, especially a friend's guest, was unthinkable. But to the sleeping man, the request was an incredible imposition. Getting up meant disturbing his entire household. It meant fumbling in the dark for ingredients, stoking the oven, baking bread in the dead of night. It was an enormous inconvenience. "Do not bother me," he called back, his voice thick with sleep and annoyance. "The door is now shut, and my children are with me in bed. I cannot get up and give you anything." He had made his position clear. The answer was a resounding no. "Go away, let us sleep." But the friend outside did not go away. He continued to knock. He continued to plead. Perhaps his voice grew a little louder, his urgency more palpable. He knew he was being bothersome. He knew he was asking for something inconvenient. But his need was so great, his situation so pressing, that the thought of giving up was simply not an option. His guest was hungry, and he, as the host, was obligated to provide. He kept on knocking. He kept on asking. He wouldn't be silenced until his need was met. And eventually, what happened? Because of the friend's shameless persistence, or as some translations put it, his importunity or boldness, the man inside finally gave in. Not because he wanted to, not out of the goodness of his heart in that moment of annoyance, but simply because the friend wouldn't stop asking. He got up, opened the door, and gave his neighbor whatever he needed. Jesus tells this story not to suggest that God is like the reluctant friend, annoyed and unwilling to give. Quite the opposite, in fact. Jesus uses this story to highlight a profound truth about prayer and God's character by way of contrast. If even a grumpy, sleepy friend, unwilling to be disturbed, will eventually give because of persistent asking, how much more will our loving Heavenly Father respond to our prayers? Following this parable, Jesus immediately says, "So I say to you, ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and it will be opened to you. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and to the one who knocks it will be opened." This isn't a license to annoy God, or to think that we can wear him down with endless demands. No, it's an invitation to cultivate a spirit of relentless faith, an unyielding trust in God's goodness and his desire to provide for us. The persistence isn't about changing God's mind, but about changing our own hearts. It's about deepening our faith as we continue to lean into him, even when the answer isn't immediately apparent. Think about it. The friend at the door knew his need was genuine. He believed his neighbor had the capacity to help, and he refused to let the initial no define the outcome. He persisted because he trusted that somehow his need would be met. And so it is with our prayers. God isn't a reluctant friend who needs to be badgered into action. He is a loving Father who delights in giving good gifts to his children. His character is one of boundless generosity and compassion. When we persist in prayer, we are not overcoming his unwillingness, but rather we are demonstrating our own trust in his willingness. We are aligning our hearts with his, declaring our dependence on him. Sometimes the perfect timing means waiting. It means enduring seasons where our prayers seem to hang unanswered in the air. Like the friend who had to knock again and again, we might feel that our requests are unheard or that the door remains stubbornly shut. But this persistence, this very act of continuing to ask, seek, and knock, refines us. It builds our patience, strengthens our faith, and teaches us to rely not on our own understanding or timeline, but on God's perfect wisdom. God knows what we need before we even ask, and he certainly knows what's best for us. His answers might not always be a yes that aligns with our immediate desires, or a yes that arrives on our schedule. Sometimes the answer is wait, teaching us patience and perseverance. Sometimes the answer is no, because he has something far better in mind, or is protecting us from something we don't yet understand. But always, always, his answer comes from a place of perfect love and infinite wisdom. The lesson of the insistent friend is not about God being unwilling, but about our willingness to keep coming to him. It's about recognizing that the journey of prayer is often a marathon, not a sprint. It's about cultivating a faith that does not waver, even when the night is dark and the door seems closed. So, let us keep praying. Let us keep asking, seeking, and knocking. Not out of a belief that God is reluctant, but out of a profound confidence that he is good, that he hears, and that he will answer in his perfect timing and in his perfect way. His desire to bless us far exceeds any inconvenience he might appear to face. He is not like the sleepy, annoyed neighbor. He is the eager, loving Father. What prayers are you persistently bringing before God today? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if this message resonated with you, consider subscribing or following for more reflections on faith and life. May your journey of prayer be filled with unwavering hope and deep trust in God's unfailing love.